What is your ratio when it comes to repurposing content? Are you spending as much time repurposing that content as you are creating it in the first place?
Yeah, I mean, you would probably be surprised that I guess I would say that you should spend more time on the repurposing than the original piece. I mean, obviously, completely depending on people's time and capacity. But you see, the funny thing is, so take for example, so let's say you have a podcast and you really want people to listen to the podcast and you want to grow your audience, you want as many people to find out about it as possible, and also just hear the message in whichever way suits them. What often happens is when I talk about repurposing, people will say you don't have much time to repurpose. But usually what they'll say is, because by the time I finish one episode, I'm immediately working on the next one. Where would I fit the time in between one to the other? Because I'm constantly churning out the new content. But I guess my challenge is to make sure that you see it all as content. It's not the main content is, the best, the pillar content, that's on the pedestal, and then the repurposed content is just the seconds of the main event. Because the content that you create from repurposing an original piece can be just as good. Sometimes it can go on and have a bigger impact in its repurposed format. So there might have been a live stream that didn't take off that well, but the blog post about the live stream that went, that took off, or whatever. Like, it doesn't. Every piece of content can stand its own ground as having potential to reach and impact people in different ways. So it's about seeing it all as content as opposed to the first, the second. But the beauty is that when you have that first piece to refer to and you've put that time and that effort, and so for live streams, they're prepping and they're getting ready and they're going live, you put the time and effort in. It's not that additional thinking process, because the thinking has been done for the content. It's now kind of strategically breaking the message up into different formats and locations.